Beloved, welcome back. You're not going to believe what I found. Well, before I show you, I got to paint the backstory for you. This was my granddad's hunting hat that I grew up with. I remember him wearing this from the time I started hunting with him when he was 12. This is an original wool felted crusher, a crusher hat. These were really popular with sportsmen in America, probably in the 30s, 40s, 50s, somewhere around there. They originally were made in Rhode Island, USA made, and what appealed to a lot of sportsmen was the fact how tough they were. The fact that they were felted wool, they were warm, you could crush them all up. They came shipped all crushed up like this, and they would maintain their their shape, and they were really popular with hunters when I grew up. Actually, funny story, my family used to hunt elk over in the Chesnemus unit over in Hell's Canyon. That's in the northeast corner of Oregon, right in the corner of Oregon, Washington, and Idaho in the Snake River Canyon. And there was a rival group that was called the Black Hats. And I remember the Red Hats, our group always wore the Red Hats, and they were the good guys, and that was the Black Hats, and those guys would drink and carouse. And I remember one time we used to use the old-fashioned walkie-talkies. And I was with my granddad, and somehow we just happened to be on the same channel, and there was a Black Hat that said, "I've got one of those Red Hats in my sights right now," you know. So it was that type of thing. There was never any harm. It was just something that went on, and I don't really know what the origin of it was. But Granddad always wore these. And one of my proudest moments is when I turned 12. He took me down to the sporting goods store, and he bought me my first crusher, and we both had the same ones. Wore the same one. And I was as proud as punch, red for hunting. Well, I'd forgotten all about this. I remember as Granddad got older, this was hanging up on his elk antlers. Well, we were unpacking some stuff the other day, and we came across, Mama, don't be scratching. I came across his hat. I got to looking at that, and I thought, well, what a shame they don't make those anymore. What a wonderful hat that was. It was wool, it was warm, you could fold it up. You could even wear hearing protection with it, peltors and such. Just a really wonderful all-around hat, and waterproof. Nothing better than wool. Well, I got to checking around, and I found out they still make them. And I've got one right here, ordered my size. So I thought we would do the unboxing to see if it was as good as I remember. These are made by the F&M, E-F-F-A-N-E-M company, and still, I believe, still made exactly the same in Rhode Island, and it's exactly how I remember them coming in the plastic bag. They come in 4 different colors: red, orange, green, and black. I've only ever had the red ones, but I thought, man, that is going to be the official Proho hat. I grew up wearing these. I wore them up into my 20s or so, and I'm going to revive that. So if you want to order one of these, this is not a brand endorsement. I paid full price for it. You get tired of having to say that, but people always ask. It was $49 and still the exact same quality that I can tell. Genuine, made in the USA, 100% wool crusher. How cool is that? So if I see you wearing one of these, then I'll know this is going to have to be the official hat. So we tried it on. I got 7. What did I get? 7 1/4. You get them according to your head size. Man, oh man. How handsome is that? You know, you can shape them to however you like. You could, well, be like the Australians. You could pin it up to the side. You could pin both sides. You could wear it like a cowboy hat. Granddad always wore it just kind of like this. It's natural shape, just kind of a rim. It'll collect pine needles and such. But that's a good hat. You know, I don't know why men have always worn hats. If you look at pictures back from the 20s and 30s and 40s, you know, man wasn't properly dressed unless he went out, if he went outside without a hat on. Especially if you live in cold climate, and to run around like some sissy with an umbrella, you know, that's just not natural for me. So I either just sucked it up because I grew up in Portland, where you have to suck it up because you live in the rainforest, or you wear a hat. And maybe now that I'm older, my head gets cold. I like a hat. I've been kind of on the lookout for the right hat, and it never dawned on me that they still made the original crushers. So to make it complete, Granddad had a chauffeur pin. So this is what a driver's license used to look like. You know, gentlemen, you're not supposed, in this country, you're not supposed to, you know, I'm not one of those crazy, there's a name for people that believe you can drive around, you know, and you're not subject to taxes and all that. And they may be right, they may be wrong. I don't have any idea. Freemen, I'm not part of that. So, but I'll tell you, I do believe that they're onto something. I don't think that it's lawful to require people to have driver's licenses that are not driving commercially. If you're just driving your personal car, you should be able to use the roads. But that's another topic. But back then, you know, they knew that, and to drive professionally, but Granddad, I think he was truck driver and delivered mail and delivery truck driver for a while. This was his Oklahoma driver's license right there. Pretty cool. The original one, 1938. Now, when they were heading east to move to Idaho, I've got another cool one here. I have his original one, or the second one, which is his Idaho driver's license. And it was all dingy and scratched up, and I polished and polished and polished, and I wear this on my Ironheart over-dyed trucker jacket, type 3, right there. And that's a fun thing. And that's his Idaho, the state of Idaho. I get a lot of questions on that. Whenever I wear it out, people always ask about that. It's a great way to strike up conversation with folks because it's just something kind of interesting. So I thought, I remember Granddad, you know, he kept his chauffeur pin on here, and I thought, well, we'll polish it up and I'll wear it on my crusher hat. How's that? So this will give me the opportunity to share with you guys my favorite metal polish. This is one of my most favorite things. Cape Cod metal polish. This stuff right here, made in Massachusetts by an East Coast man, is some amazing stuff. When you get this stuff, if you like to polish things or jewelry, it's really good for stainless steel, gold, silver watches. I would really recommend this stuff. And it smells so good. It smells just like strawberries. But when you buy it, it comes in, you've got these little cellophane packets here, right? And inside these packets, you have these little polishing compounds. But this will give us an opportunity to show you how good this stuff works. Absolutely delightful. So you can see how tarnished that chauffeur pin is right there before we start. And let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to put that stick pin back on there before I jab myself. See, there's a voice of experience talking right there. But it won't take long. If we take this here and buff it. Who knows what's possible? Oh my goodness, that is, look at that. Look at the black, look at the tarnish that comes off of there. Already, we're getting a nice, oops, that stick pin came out. We're getting a nice shine on it. Our antique collectors are dying to death right now. Oh, the patina. It doesn't take long. It's nice. This is not something you've got to labor over. Usually just to look at the black on there. Isn't that something? Both sides here. It's hard to believe there's that much black on a small piece of brass. Let's give it a good going over. Goodness gracious, look at that. Look at the black. Isn't that something? But if you want to work this long enough, you can bring it to just an absolutely beautiful luster. We got nothing but time, right? You guys are always complaining about my short videos. I'll make a long one for you here. Nothing but the best content. These little things, having these little things around, and Granddad's tools and things I worked with my dad growing up, they really are, I guess it's in a world that we don't, it's hard to find a mooring or a grounding, especially if you're estranged from your family. It's, I don't know, there's something comforting about it. It just kind of reminds you of your values and where you came from and the life lessons that you were taught. It's no wonder why there's so much effort to separate families, break up families, get people moving out of their homes, moving the other side of the country, losing roots. Because when you have nothing, no foundation and nothing to stand for, nothing to fight for, then you can be easily manipulated and easily swayed. All right, man, you're not going to believe this, gentlemen. So they also, if you buy the big can, you can get these individual, these little packets. But I think the better value is to get the can because it keeps them kind of moist, and then they give you a nice microfiber towel that is good for that final polish. But I'll show you here. Oh man, that looks really, really nice. Okay, you ready? Pretty nice, huh? That looks good. All right, well, let's cleave this off. I might, after this video, maybe I'll polish the backside. It's pretty dark, but let's put this on here. Was that on the right side? These come in, I think I might order a green one as well. I'll put that, maybe it's a clasp. Maybe I'll go through what do you think? Should we just go right through the side there? I think that looks kind of good, right through the band. It's a chance of me stabbing my finger. It's so rare to have something from your youth that you have fond memories of, to find that it's still being manufactured and to the same quality. It's a rare treat indeed. I'll put a link down to the website. I think the website said that they've been family owned for well over 100 years or so. So if you wanted to go buy a hat from them, I think that would be a pretty good way to spend $39. Okay. This pin's going to make this hat pretty cool. Just about got it. Some of you have been asking about the new toupee, that it's been looking a little bit messy. And if you don't know, I started losing my hair in high school, and I've wore hair pieces for a long time. But I don't just buy off the shelf. I have mine custom made from 100% Polynesian, hair from Polynesian virgins, force-fed a diet of coconut oil. And this one, oh, I got it too deep there. It's messing up my fold. Let's see. Did I get that right? Yeah, it might work. And so this last toupee, normally I have them coiffed and trimmed according to my individual specifications. It's not something you can buy. You know, there's some issues with importing and there's some customs deals, and it's not all entirely above board. So I can't recommend you search this out. Not that they would give you one anyway. But this one, I said, leave it a little bit natural, more of a Justin Bieber style. I'm always been a big fan. Shout out to Justin Bieber. I'm a believer. And I was kind of going for that look. So this way I can trim it myself. But I'm just trying it on for now, for winter. What do you think? How's that pin look? Is that looking pretty smart? Hat like this can give you the riz, gentlemen. Now don't confuse this with a fedora. I mean, there's nothing more gay than a fedora. I wouldn't be caught dead in one of those. But this is not a fedora. This is a felted wool crusher. And that's a whole different deal. I have to say, it's still a little bit creased up there from the packaging, but give me a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you think? I'd give this a 10.5, maybe even an 11. You're going to see me in this in the future. That's pretty nice. That brings back a lot of memories. A lot of memories. I'll put the sweet loaf in this one. This is so small. Granddad was not a very big guy. It's so small I couldn't possibly wear it. It just sits on top of my hat like a derby, or my head. But there you go. That's the original felted wool crusher. You should get one. Thanks for watching, gentlemen. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.